Whew. Hello, all. It's so funny the videos that they will push and the videos that they will not allow to go. Jeez. I get so exhausted of that. I do indeed. It's crazy. I'm like, man, why can't you just let me fly? Let my little wings fly. Come on, man. Anywho, steadfast, eyes ahead, and that's what we shall do. I just ate dinner with my parents. I haven't done that in a little while. I try to do that. I just like to keep the peace. Even if I live in a world filled with chaos, I like to keep the peace. It just makes me feel better. And that said, politics came up. And I just said, we're just going to have to face the reality that we don't agree on everything, and that's okay. You know, I have such a hard time with it right now. You know, I don't have an issue with any side. I just have an issue with everything that I see, everything that I've walked through, everything that has been so graciously bestowed onto me, and everything that hasn't been done to protect me. Right? And just the entanglements of how deep it goes. So it's hard. I hate talking about it. I really do. I get choked up about it. I even started getting choked up at dinner because I don't like feeling this way. I don't like feeling disappointed in my government. I don't like feeling not protected by my government. I hate it. I voted for Trump. I voted for DeSantis. You know, I like JD Vance. You know, I liked, you know, and so it's hard. It's hard because I know there's entanglement there, you know. Now, whether they know all full head, I don't know. But I'm just saying that it's hard. I don't like feeling this way. So I don't like talking about it. I just don't. You know, people know what they do. People know what they think. People know the seeds they sow. And that's just stuff that they're going to have to carry. I just want the world to get to a better place where people can afford to live. People can afford to eat. People can get a job and not have to worry about walking into a toxic environment. People don't have to, you know, go with the grain against their morals and their values so they can get ahead. And if they decide to walk with humility and grace, they don't get shunned for it. You know, if they choose to be different, they don't get chastised aside. That's what I look for. That's what I work towards. And so seeing as that's the world that I want to live in, that's the world I try to create every day, you know? And so it's just hard. It's hard. And I know it's hard for a lot of people right now. It's hard for a lot of people right now. It's not a matter, you know, everybody likes to label and classify, whether it's the working class community or people that have had substance abuse problems or people that just don't try hard enough to get that bag. And it's not true. It's so far from the truth. It's so far from the truth. There are millions of people out there trying really, really hard to get that bag, to get that dream, and they just can't. They just can't. And it doesn't make them any less of anybody. It doesn't. There's people out there that are battling substance abuse or have battled substance abuse, and it doesn't make them any less of a person. This is some notes that I made months ago. They don't get caught up in going to dark places or numbing things because they are in a great spot in life. That's the thing, is anybody battling substance abuse or alcohol abuse or have battled these things in the past, it's not because they're in a great place. They don't go and they're like, hey, I'm going to get wrapped up in all this stuff because I'm in a great place. No, they do it because they're numbing something. And generally speaking, they're numbing insecurities. They're numbing things they feel lack thereof. Whether it's their minds, their thoughts, their childhood wounds, whether it's where their status quo is at in life, whether they keep drawing that small straw. All right. It's all a numbing mechanism. And does that make it okay? No. But does that make it a fair assessment? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have to start getting into a world where we make fair assessments, just like you can't call somebody stupid after watching a 1-minute video. You don't know what their intelligence level is. Nobody in this world is stupid. Everybody's entitled to have their own opinions. You know? And they don't have to align with you. But you just ignore them. You don't name call. You just don't name call. It's just, society needs to not judge and understand. All pains and mistreatment be happy for. I know that's right. I've learned to be happy for all my pains and mistreatments. Living a dream, aka waking up, breathing. Yep, definitely living the dream closer to the water. Empathy for others. Devil, bad liar. Don't let the enemy take control of your mind and thoughts. That's the thing, is the enemy wants to take control of your mind and thoughts. Whether that's, you know, classify the enemy as, you know, the devil, or just different things. Even with watching the news, it can take your mind down sad holes, you know. But anyways, it ended up being a fine dinner. You know, I just said, let's just not talk about politics. I just don't even want to talk about politics. Honestly, a part of me is just going to stop talking about it because I don't like it. Honestly, it's just not in me. It's not in me. You know, I know what they do. I know how they operate. And it's exhausting. It is. I have zero desire to get in that arena. I have zero desire to get in any arena other than my own arena. That's the arena I'll sit on. My own arena. In my own throne. Sit next to God. That's where I be sitting. I have zero desire. I will never chase anything. I won't chase money. I won't chase clout. I won't chase the bag. I won't chase nothing. I'll be grateful for everything that I have. And I'll be grateful for every experience that I have. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I make it through the good and the bad and the ugly. Why? Because I have God standing with me. Residing inside of me. The Holy Spirit. The divine, the Most High. And that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Now, what people choose to do and how they choose to operate, that's for them. You know, you can't worry yourself about things that are outside of your control, and how people operate and how they think is completely outside of your control. The only thing you have control over is how you operate and how you think. And I'm telling you, positive affirmations is like the best way. It's the only way. And I've learned to just give myself kudos by the grace of God. Wait quietly in my presence while my thoughts form silently in the depths of your being. See, it's like so funny. I'll just sit there in my thoughts and then I'll recognize which ones are him and what he's telling me. I do that a lot. Last night in my dream, Charlie was in it for sure. And 414 came up, that number. I'm not sure I was going to unpack that, but I just didn't have it in me. Do not try to rush the process, because hurry keeps your heart earthbound. That's true. Rushing the process does keep your heart earthbound. Earthly. Like earthly things. And so when you try to rush the process, you're holding on to earthly things, whether it's chasing the bag, chasing the dream, chasing the American white picket fence, chasing the money, right? You're rushing the process. And in that rushing, you're losing sight of who you are, who you're called to be. And you're losing sight of your connection with God, the divine, the Most High, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, because you're too busy in the rush. You're in the nitty gritty. Gotta get it. I am a creator to the entire universe, yet I choose to make my humble home in your heart. His humble home is inside your heart. Jesus's humble home, Jesus's calling is inside your humble heart. That's where Jesus is at, inside your heart. So just imagine how amazing that is to have Jesus inside your heart. Straight up. Let's see here. It is there where you know me most intimately. It is where I speak to you in the holy whispers. Man, that's so true too. Ask my spirit to quiet your mind so that you can hear my still small voice within you. I'm speaking to you continually, words of life, peace, love. Turn your heart to receive these messages abundantly. Blessings. Lay your requests before me and wait in expectation. 1 Kings 19:12, Psalms 5:3, and Colossians 1:16. Those are the Bible verses reflecting this. I needed that reading today. I really did, because it's feeling heavy. It's feeling heavy. For sure.